What's up guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nix and today we'll be having a look at the 5 common mistakes that you might be making and losing your games. I'm a Diamond League player, so be least assured that the tips you're getting are from a high elo perspective. So if you're tired of throwing away your games in Wild Rift, then watch this video till the very end and just listen to the tips we're giving you. Also, these mistakes are ranked from 1 to 5, with 5 being the least common mistake and 1 being the most common mistake that players make in Wild Rift. So let's hop on to the video. Number 5. Not knowing the limits of your champion. I've seen so many players not knowing when to hard engage and when to retreat during a fight. Now when you're playing a champion, you need to know everything about it. What are its abilities, how does it scale up, and what are its power spikes. To take that into perspective, let's have an example over here. A champion like Nasus is really weak in the early game, but scales up really well during the mid and the late game, if stacked properly. Whereas a champion like Garen is really strong right from the get-go and you can start taking fights from the early minutes itself. So to solve the problem, you have to play the champion as much as you can and watch a lot of guides to understand it better. And as you all know, on this channel we have a lot of guides on different champions. So please do check them out and understand your champion. Number 4. Tilting. Now this is a serious issue that a lot of teams face even in the high elos. As you all know, there are a ton of objectives to be secured in Wild Rift, and when a team fails to do that, they tend to surrender, both mentally as well as physically. This in turn leads to a lot of frustration for the players and impacts their gameplay severely. Our advice is to focus solely on the game in hand and try and motivate the team to some extent. Just remember, it takes one good gameplay to change the entire scene of the game. So always stay motivated. Number 3. Not knowing when to recall. As a player, you should have an idea when to recall and whether it's safe to recall at that point or not. Let's take an example. Say you've killed the enemy laner and you see the enemy jungler at the opposite side of the map. Now would you rather recall at that point or damage the enemy turret as much as possible? Similarly, if you see that there's a dragon that's spawning in 10 seconds and all 5 enemies are there at the dragon, then there's no point of recalling and then contesting the dragon. Instead, what you can do is you can push out the lane and hopefully take down the enemy turret as well. This way, you won't be losing that much out on gold. Number 2. Being greedy. Now, I feel that players tend to commit this mistake when they're trying really hard to go for the win. And trust me, I too commit this mistake a lot. And greed can be in terms of, say, taking more minions, damaging the enemy turret even more, or even trying to get that last hit on the enemy champion just to kill him. Let's take an example. Say during a dragon fight you got a triple kill, but you overextended and tried to get that quadra kill, but ended up dead. Now what happens is you give that shutdown gold to the enemy team. Instead, you could have retreated at that point, healed up and successfully maintained your lead. Such mistakes impact the game heavily in the long run. So be mindful of the plays that you're making when you're in the lead. Number 1, and the most common mistakes that players make, is overestimating the value of dragons. Dragons do not add a lot of value in the early stages of the game. Yes, they do scale up as the game goes on, but it's never recommended to sacrifice your lead for a dragon. Instead, if you know that you're going to lose a dragon fight, so it's better not to contest a dragon and focus on taking the enemy turret or their jungle camps. This way you'll always remain in the lead when it comes to gold. And as we all know, gold is what is required to buy items and level up in games. So with that, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you really enjoyed it, then please do like the video, share it with all your friends and teammates, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to enjoy daily content. And for the players who are new to Wild Rift, please check out the video on the left to know the top 5 tips to improve in Wild Rift. And I will see you all tomorrow. Till then, bye bye and take care.